Okay, welcome to the Guitar Show channel. A really cool feature of this channel is people are going to be asking me some questions on my Facebook page, which is the Guitar Show on Facebook. You can find that page and basically, or you can leave some messages here for future lessons that you'd like me to cover. So the first, I had a message on my Facebook from a friend, and he asked me, how do you use the Mixolydian mode when playing the blues? So that's what this lesson is going to be. Today's lesson is going to be all about using that Mixolydian mode, how to put that inside your own blues playing that you've already got. Maybe you're busting out some pentatonic, major and minor licks, but you want to know what this whole Mixolydian thing is about. So I'm going to show that to you in this lesson. Okay, here we are. We've got a close-up of the fretboard. Let's just play the Mixolydian mode first. We're going to be playing in the key of A. And this is going to be what I call, I know this sounds really a little bit strange, but this is pattern number 2. Let's just run through this. Now that is 1 octave, okay? So if you're not really into theory and all that sort of stuff, what that means, let me just bring my hand over this way a bit. What that means, it's A to A. So we're going to go A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A. Now, you don't really even need to know the notes, you just have to know the intervals. We've got the root, we've got the 9th, major 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and major 6th there, flat 7, root. Okay, before your eyes glaze over and you think, oh, it's way too hard, I'm just not going to get this, it's beyond me. Okay, don't worry, because it's really simple stuff. You're gonna be busting out these Mixolydian licks in no time. So that is basically 1 octave. Let's do the 2nd octave, okay? We're going to go here on the G string, 4th fret, 6th fret, 7, B string, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7. So that is basically okay. Now that's your scale. Now, so probably what you're doing is you're playing over this chord here, which is an A7 chord. Okay, it's an A7 chord, and you're playing this scale here. Pentatonic minor scale. So you know that you can bend this note here up, the G string on the 5th fret, come back to the root there. Sounds nice. You know you can bend this note here, you can bend it a half step, because then you get the blues note from the pentatonic blues scale. So let's start bringing in the Mixolydian. The great thing is, what you've got to try and do is, imagine you've got your pentatonic here, and you can superimpose the pattern of that Mixolydian on top of that pentatonic, and then that gives you a lot of choices. That gives you much more note choices. There's a thing you need to know about the Mixolydian scale. It is basically a major scale with one difference. Instead of playing this note, which is a major 7, we play that note. Okay, so you know that note from the pentatonic. Look. Okay, here it is in the context of the Mixolydian scale. There. Okay. So what we're going to do now is learn our first Mixolydian lick. Really easy. All it is a triad with an added 7th. So it sounds like this. Okay. So you've got to remember, this is what I was about to say, but I forgot. You can only use this Mixolydian mode over really a dominant progression, yeah? Because it needs a chord, you need to be playing over a chord that has a flat 7th, but the major 3rd. So an A7 chord is perfect for this scale. So if you've got this kind of, you can go. Now, another note here that we can add on to that little lick there, you can slide. Slide here from this flat 7, 5th fret D string, Now what you can do, you can come down the Mixolydian scale, the major 6 there. So now you can go. You know, we're just making these licks up as we go along, but what you can do is add this note here and instead, so you could go. Okay, so you can kind of see that it still sounds bluesy, but you're adding some kind of more interesting notes over that chord. So I'm going up that lick. Yeah. So that's one really cool lick here. Another lick which I like to do is slide from the minor third, which is a note in your minor blues scale, to a major scale, a major third, sorry. Come to the root there. So we could go. Something like that. That could be really cool. This is probably my favourite lick, a lick that I came up with. Or found when I first started using the scale. And so instead of using the root, because it sounds really boring using the root all the time, what we can do is use the flattened 7 and bend up the major 6 to the flat 7. End on the major third, there, that third. You know, and that's going to get you out of the minor pentatonic hell or heaven, whichever way you want to look at it. So there we've got this lick. Now what you can do, you can go up. You can go up that. So a little variation. Okay, so you can see that there's a really kind of cool little pattern that you can use around there. Now what you can do here, what I'm going to do is just play some funky blues of a little backing track. I'm going to use these notes. I'm going to play a pentatonic first. Now let's add these notes in, these Mixolydian notes. That's a pentatonic, minor pentatonic. Now let's do the Mixolydian. Yeah. That was a minor pentatonic. Back to the Mixolydian. Pentatonic. Let's go to the Mixolydian. So there you can see, you can actually come up with really strong melodies, you know. Now that is a classic Mixolydian lick. So we're going to start with the 4th finger here on the 7th fret on the A string. Come here on the F sharp, which is on the D string, 4th fret. Okay, so what you're doing, 5th, 6th, major 6 there, to your root. And we're going to slide minor third to major third. And there you could go up the scale. That kind of lick that we've been working on. Kind of like a jazzy blues. Okay, So if you're using this to bend notes as well, what you can do is, because you've got this note here in the Mixolydian, so it's that, you can always bend up to the minor. And same here. So I like to bend that note there, that major 6 up to a 7. You know, and you can use these intervals here. These intervals here you can use to start or end a line. Like for example, you can actually end on that note. It's a nice juicy note from Mixolydian Scale. Thanks for checking out this lesson. Like I said, if you want to leave some ideas for future lesson in the comments below, then I can cover those lessons later in a later date. But yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. So because I'm going to be posting a lot of lessons up in the future. We're going to do something called the star file, where I'm going to be looking at certain techniques, you know, hone in on a certain technique of a certain player, sort of like, for example, Eric Clapton or Mike Knopfler, and really just pull apart that one technique that he does so we can master that. But otherwise, any other lessons or any ideas you've got for lessons, future lessons, please put them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.